Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. For those of you that are watching on the replay, look for the link that is in the description at the very top. It's basically for the main content. I'll leave a little link down for you with a timestamp. That way you can jump directly to this, which you should already be doing right now, I guess. Something like that. Okay, guys, like I said, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I saw a lot of activity in the chat this weekend. I also saw that a lot of people took the opportunity to actually, celebrate the holiday for what it really is, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's see here. I've got the prepstock.net website up so that we can discuss prep stock very briefly. I haven't touched on it in about a week. I forgot to give you guys a little bit of a breath. Nobody wants to be beaten every day with the same words over and over and over. But I've got an email from Rick Austin here, guys. I've got an email from Rick Austin here of Prepper Camp, kind of our competitor, not really, because they're going at different times. But they've got a summer sizzler sale going on right now. So their summer sizzler tickets for adults 16 and up are only $79.95 for the entire weekend. And this price is only available until midnight on August 15th. After that, tickets will be $99.95 prior to the event, and no tickets will be sold at the door. You can't make this crap up, guys. Adults, $49. Now, in comparison to prep stock, if you don't have your prep stock tickets, if you haven't decided what you're going to do, let me help you. An adult ticket for Prep Stock 2024, October 12th through the 13th, Nebo, North Carolina, just down the road, $49.99. And obviously, we've got to pay a fee to the electronic ticket guys. So, was it Ticket Leap? They're charging $350. So the whole ticket for an adult is $53.49 versus their ticket price. And not to make things sound nefarious, but their summer sizzler tickets for ages 7 to 15, they're only $69.95. That's crazy, man. And if you don't get them before August 15th, they're $89.95. Woo! Our tickets for between 13 and 17 years old, because those are actually like ages where they'll learn something. The total ticket price is $28.29. Yeah, it's significant savings, significant difference. And their children, and even says, sorry, we must have a minimum charge for children of this age, since they must be accompanied by an adult and therefore will occupy seats during many teaching sessions. I've been there, I've done that. And the kids never occupy any seats they play in the green. They play on the grassy hill that separates all the classrooms. So anyway, so ages 2 to 7, $9.95 just for your kids to show up. We have to account for seating because our seating is actually limited, and we're going to charge you $1. Ticket Leap's going to charge you $1.05, which is hilarious. So $2.05, guys. You can't make this stuff up. If you think you're going to Prep Stock this year, you might want to rethink it. Once again, Nebo, North Carolina, October 12th through the 13th. It's going to be nice and cool. We got some trails. We got a giant lake you can go fishing in if you want to get your license and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that. I'm going to turn that banner off once I get to where's the banners at? God, I need a helper. All right, so that's turned off right there, and let's go ahead and turn off that one as well. Okay, let's see here. Obviously, we need to go to the chat, and the current score is YouTube 13, Rumble 9. Rumble actually had like 20 people in it, but they all dropped out because, I don't know, maybe they just don't have the sack to go with this game. Let's see. On the Rumble side, where we got here, Andy was first, and where we got here, normal people have been called lots of things, but not normal. You're good to go. Radio Octave. I love your name, dude. You're new to the channel, and so you don't know that I play 10-minute. It's like a crowd builder thing. But now you know that. Now you know that. Where we got here. And you are number 2. And no one has claimed deterred yet on the Rumble side. But Rumble, as usual, they're a little bit, they slack a little bit. All right, so we're going to go over onto the YouTube side. What do we got here? Rosie, first, Jordan O'Deal. Number 2, Catitude. In the hurricane, you are deterred. For those of you that don't know this, a Category 1 hurricane is hitting the coast of Texas right now, and a handful of our Patreons, our members in power, are making coffee with their portable electric powered devices, because they're preppers and they are Andy says, come on, turds. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to, we got Bob Peters in the house. We got Creative Redundancy. I already said hey, good morning to you personally. Where are we at here? Bradley Collins. Where are we at here? Ian's in the house. Ian's got his personal survival kit. If you guys didn't see that, Ian won the drawing on when we did the what was that? The presidential debate. Anybody who hung out with us during the presidential debate automatically got entered. Ian got himself a pocket-sized survival kit. It's probably one of the best ones in the industry. It's actually made by a true survivalist, the things that you would need. It's not full of, paracord bracelets and plastic nicky knobs. It's actually got survival stuff in it. Let's see here. Living in 1984. Good morning, Major Ken from Major Ken, are you in France or are you in Austria right now? Major Ken is in the process of a whirlwind tour of Europe, where he is seeing all of the sites and dodging all of the protests. Let's see here. Where we got Jordan's in the house. James is here. Where are we at here? And looks like that is going to be about it for the people who have checked in. Currently on the YouTube side, a couple things, guys. Let's see here. We've got 11 votes. The question on YouTube, or the poll on the YouTube side, was how many believe that their bug out bag is 100%. Currently, 82% of people say no. Now, that's not a totally bad thing. And I did give some options. I said the answer could be yes. The answer could be no. The answer could be I don't have one and do need one. And the fourth one could be I don't have one and don't want one. So currently 80% of the people say that their bug out bag is not 100%. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It could just be I don't feel like it's 100% because I don't have a grail for my bag. I want to get a better fixed blade knife, so I don't feel it's 100%. It could be any of those things. So it's not a bad thing. But right now, 18% think that, yes, my bug out bag is 100%. And I don't have any of the naysayers down in the bottom or the looky-loos. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we will, let's see. We're going to go ahead and where are we at here? Saw it cool. Solar charger, wouldn't leave at home without it today. Edu, that profit, non-profit. Catitude says, okay, gotta go. Save battery on phone, power outage on the way here, and very windy now. Gotcha. It's okay. Talking tickets, Self-Reliance Festival is over 100 talk. Yes, absolutely. Now, with that said, okay, so what Ian just said, guys, I'm rolling back through the comments. I like to make sure everybody's covered here. So Ian says that talking tickets, Self-Reliance Festival is over $100. Now, let me take a sip of coffee because this is going to hurt a little bit. There are some Self-Reliance, Prepper, survival festivals, gatherings, whatever you want to tag that, whatever label you want to put on it. Some of them exist, can be over $400 per person. With prep stock, because what I'm going to say, it's going to be controversial. This is going to be our very first, what I'm going to call a productive year, because the first year people showed up, nobody took any pictures. The guy that said he was going to video it all did, and then disappeared. The venue ripped us off, and I wasn't even part of it back then. And then the second year, there just wasn't any and nobody wanted to come. There were no ticket sales, so that we had to shut the whole thing down. I think we sold like 10 or 12 tickets. It was ridiculous. So we had to refund that money and then restart. Now this year we have got a lot of freaking people coming, dudes. That venue is going to be it right now. It's nearly full. So, and we decided that we were going to make this year about the people and not about the vendors. And that was a significant game changer. I think the people that are coming are going to be there for community, to enjoy themselves, to actually meet people, and to have the chance to like win a lot of stuff. And it's all about participation. It's all about participation. We're going to be giving away stuff probably 2 or 3 times per hour. That's not a joke. That's how much stuff we have. So it's not about money for us. The money that we've made so far is covering the venue. So everything else is still out of our pockets. Now, with that said, I do recommend people show up because I think that you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. Go to prepstock.net and get your tickets. All right, let's see here. Let's see. No one wants to claim the turd in Rumble, and we've got 15 people on the YouTube side. All right, guys. So let's just go ahead and get in this. Let me get it. Let me get in the zone. Hey, everyone. Today we're going to be diving into the basics of a bug out bag. Now, I'm going to cover 18 key sections every bug out bag should have, as well as share some unique insights because I've been doing this for a while and I know how to make a bug out bag. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe or more. Now's the time. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. If you don't know me, I'm LP and I've been prepper since 2008. If you know who I am, you know my background already. We're going to hit all 18 sections, and as usual, you'll post comments that will enrich everyone's experience in the live stream. Now, also don't forget to check the description for resources that I may or may not have left in there. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Also, an admin note, you guys may have noticed that your screens have slightly changed because I've been approved for monetization on the old YouTubes. So if you see a button down there and you're feeling like you love me a lot, you love me a long time, do me a favor, push that button and do those things. I know some of you have been waiting for me to do that. Yeah, that's what's happening. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll for right now. Oh, nope. I've got, see this, it's added more stuff to my screen. Okay, so we've got that going on right there. And let's do that right there. It's so difficult to see all of these. Maybe if I pop that chat out. Maybe if I do, let me try that. Let me try to pop that. I can't because of the stupid pin uses a moderator, putting so many things that I cannot do right now because I've got stupid stuff. Let me make this bigger. That's what she said. All right, let's go ahead. Pop out chat. All right, officially I've popped that chat out. I'm going to move it over and we're going to minimize that. And now I should be able to see a few more things that I wasn't seeing before. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so here's a comprehensive guide for your bug out bag organized into 18 critical sections. All right, so first thing, Andy, thank you very much for that donation. Like this button. Yes, Andy Pearson just threw $5 at me and Rumble. Definitely. Make sure you guys save those for those good hard questions because I just don't want you frivolously throwing money at me. Oh, it just hits me. Okay, so the first thing we need to talk about, listen, guys, a lot of people think this is controversial, but I'm a firm believer that you should have no less than a handful of N95 masks. The first section is mask/respirator. If you saw my series on the bug out bag that I never finished because I had to move, I never got to finish it. I was doing this detailed series that you can go back and check out on my YouTube channel. I'm going to finish it one day. Anyway, At the minimum, you need at least, a couple N95 masks, surgical masks, or even a full face respirator for various needs. Now, if you say you don't, I say that's great. But you know what? Winter masks actually useful. When the air's not good to breathe, uh, forest fires, chemical dumps, nuclear fallout. But I think the first two are actually more probable. Something to think about, guys. You probably need to, in your, as far as quantity goes, carry multiple disposable masks or a reusable respirator with filters. You guys have seen that I actually have a respirator that covers your eyes, your mouth, your nose. Basically, is this general thing here. And you can pop the filters right off and put them right back on while you're wearing them. It's a pretty awesome little piece of gear. Let's see here. And then at maintenance checks, you need to check your filter's lifespan. It's probably a good idea to put like a little bit of, if it's still in the plastic, I would leave it there. And I would probably put yourself a little label on there saying when to replace it, And as far as storage goes, you want to keep them in a sealed bag to prevent contamination. Either getting wet because you're using it for camping or something, but it is what it is. Let's see here. West Virginia Pappy says, remember East Palestine? Yes, there was actually one last week that apparently didn't make like lots of news because they took care of it so quickly. All right, let's see here. Water and hydration is our second section. You guys know that I'm all about water, food, and security. Those are my three pillars no matter what I do. So with water and hydration, you need to think about it in different aspects like containers, purification, storage, consumption, and access. As far as containers go, no less than a stainless steel water bottle. You could use collapsible water bottles or even hydration bladders. I know people that use canteens, so on and so forth. But that stainless steel water bottle, why do we need that, guys? Somebody put in the chat why we need to have a stainless steel water bottle. Purification, water filters, e.g. a Grail or a Life Straw, or even purification tablets. And as far as storage goes, we need to make sure that we have portable water bags or canteens because we need the ability to store the water. It's nice to be able to purify that water, but when people think that they're going to like live with a Life Straw and laying down in puddles to drink, that's barely survival, and that's far from thrival. Creative redundancy. Who was first? West Virginia Pappy to boil with. Absolutely. Creative redundancy boils down to it. Smiley face. Yes. Boiling water or actually sterilizing your water. Viking Queen. Good morning, young lady. Good to see you. Let's see here. Rose Stroller says heat water will generally last longer. Correct. Absolutely. If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, do me a favor, guys, do that now. Things are moving a little slow for some reason, and I think the algorithm has us. We need to fix that. The current score is 14-10. YouTube is in the lead. Okay, so let's go here. Food. Now we're going to get into a little bit of a controversy here because everybody has a different way of thinking about this. With food in your bug out bag, it comes down to like the types of food that you can have, the duration or how long you want to be able to live out of your bag, preparation time for the food, the shelf life of the food, and how to store it. It's actually not that difficult. So we're going to take a sip of coffee. Oh yeah. And this is where I want you to tell me the kind of foods that are in your bug out bag right now. Because I think that we're going to see a little bit of diversity in the types of foods that are in our bug out bag. So as far as the types go, it needs to be calorie dense food. Generically speaking, calorie dense food bars are some of the best survival food there is, but you should also think about food that requires no heating, like MREs. Also, it's a trade-off. You don't have to heat it. You don't have to rehydrate it. You can just eat it right out of the bag, but it is heavier than all the other foods. Other foods are energy bars or dehydrated meals. Also, don't forget that camping spoon / spork. I always have a camping spoon because a good camping spoon is about that big. And the reason is so that you can like get it into the packs if you have to use it without sticking your hand into the pack. Things that people often forget about are their daily vitamins, or maybe enhanced water powder. I love the liquid IV. That stuff is magic. If you're out moving around, if you got to use a bug out bag, you're going to sweat. You're going to sweat, and you're more than likely going to immediately sweat out a lot of the electrolytes, because let's face it, we're not all as healthy as we think we are. So you're going to start going through some of them electrolytes. But anyway, you're going to be starting to getting a lot of the nutrients, or the good stuff that is in your sweat. It's not going to be good. So I like the enhanced water powders, and some people use the Gatorade, but I believe that the liquid IV is the best. Let's see here. Duration. Your bug out bag should have at least 72 hours worth of food, no less. You can probably carry more if you go with dehydrated or freeze-dried food. Oh, there it is. Everybody drink. There's the first yawn. Everybody drink. First yawn. Let's see here. But you should definitely make sure that, you might want to think about preparation, which will include lightweight cooking kits if needed. That's hit or miss. We're starting to move into the camping backpacking realm, but it's not an impossibility. So let's see, storage. Obviously you want to pack it in waterproof, resealable bags, and that way that I hate to say it, but most of the time people like to use pre-made freeze-dried food, which is smart. But they forget that the packages themselves are not as durable as like if you put something in like a 0.5 or a 0.7 mil Mylar bag. So you need to protect that baggage from any type of moisture whatsoever. So put it in a resealable waterproof bags. Go buy yourself a box of Ziploc bags. All right, so I'm going to go to the chat. We're going to check that right there. Andy Pearson says, I have some jerky, pemmican, and dried fruit. And that's pretty good. That I'm a little concerned. Well, the jerky is only good for about 6 months because, jerky's jerky. It's not freeze-dried. And then the dried fruit is questionable as well. But it sounds to me like you have what you want and that you rotate it out. That's the thing to do about food, guys. People will buy these things and put them in their bags, and then they'll forget that there's actually still oil in them, and they'll go rancid if you just don't rotate them out, which is not a bad thing. So basically every 3 to 6 months you get to go eat what's in your bug out bag and then put more back in it. Andy says rotate. Yes, gotcha. Where are we at here on the YouTube side? Let's see here. Let's see. I gotta roll it back. Man. I don't think I would ever lay down and drink straight from a puddle, but thirst can make you do crazy things. Well, see, that's just it. That's how the life straw works. The life straw is you have to get your face close to the water source. That's actually how it works. Creative Redundancy says some food need more water. Yes, absolutely. If you have freeze-dried or dehydrated food that you are going to rehydrate, which you must do, because if you eat dehydrated food or freeze-dried food that requires things to be rehydrated, that moisture's got to come from somewhere when you put it in your belly. Yeah. So yeah, you're definitely going to need more water. Jordan says jerky, granola bars, meal replacement powdered. Gotcha. I like that meal replacement powder. That's pretty smart. The thing is, do we need more water now? Okay. Let's see. Viking Creek says, I have a variety, but calorie dense. I have the 3,600 calorie bars. Wow, that's interesting. Are you talking about those bricks? Are you talking about those survival bricks they made for survival at sea, Viking Queen? Let me know in the chat. Let's see here. Ian says food mix of MRE, tuna packs, and ration bars. Solid. Those tuna packs last for a long time. They're like 2-3 years. Let's see here. Let's see. Jordan says, my tough box is for 2 adults, 2 kids. So it's multiplied and kid friendly. I like it. Rose says, MREs, water additives. I got you. And West Virginia Pappy says, jerky, protein bars, pack of instant oats, etc. Okay. And the thing is, guys, these are all common. These are all common. I'm still curious about Viking Queen with the 3,600 calorie bars. I think I know what they are. But it's like ISIS or something like that. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Bradley says, I'm working on a smaller version of LP's bug out bag. Nice. In the bag from his video, but I'm a long way from being done. We'll add water and food last. Well, okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we just finished with food. If you guys see me freak out, it's because one of the cats is underneath my foot and he's decided that I'm a clawing post, and I'll only tolerate it for so long. Where we at here? Viking Queen says, yeah, they're bricks. Flavored vanilla pound cake. They have a 5-year shelf life. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They put those in water, the at sea survival kits. You can buy them at Walmart, believe it or not. West Virginia Pappy says, I think fruitcake will be good. It lasts a long time. I know, right? Is it really? Okay, so here's the question. Guys. It's off subject, but this is like the Die Hard a Christmas movie, which it is. But is fruitcake a cake? If fruitcake is a cake, type 1 in the chat. If it is not, type 2 in the chat. Inquiring minds want to know. West Virginia Pappy is clearly omnipresent at this point. All right, let's see here. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and then we're going to talk about shelter and bedding. The battle continues. Half of the people think it is, and half of the people think it isn't so far. Bradley says, it is. It's in the name. That doesn't mean anything, man. That doesn't mean anything. All right, let's see here. Any person doesn't think it is. Does not think it is. Hey, I got a question. Hey, I had a question for my YouTubers. When you guys, I guess, click the link to watch the video. I don't know if there's no better words for that. Did YouTube make you watch a commercial? I'm kind of curious. If it's not a cake, what is it then? Yeah, I don't know. Ian. I don't know. I mean, we could probably come up with some kind of name for it. Wait a minute. It's not cake. INC. It's ink. Bradley says nope to commercial. Good. Okay, let's see here. So the next thing, I'm going to take some more coffee because we need to check. The current score is 22-14. YouTube is still in the lead. Let's see here. Rosie said, thank you, Bradley. Rosie says half depends if it has a cake base or just fruit and sugars molded together. Yes. Creative redundancy. I'm hungry to know now. Gotcha, Ian. Gotcha, Viking Queen. Appreciate you. Andy says, I said, if I call a certain Andy, I've monetized my channel, so I can't say dumb things like that anymore. And let me see if I can paraphrase. He says, if I call a certain person, a blue-tide person who's in office, a fruitcake, does that make him a cake? All right, thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. All right, so shelter and bedding. Shelter, guys. We need to talk about shelter. We need to talk about bedding. We need to talk about ground protection. We need to talk about utility and water adaptation. Okay, so with shelter, in my bug out bag, or in any one of them, you could use a tent. They make them small and light now. Don't believe me? Ask any backpacker. A tarp. I prefer the tarps. I think they offer more utility. A bivy sack or covered hammock. could be one of your options. I know there are people out there that are hammock people. During the summertime, I'm kind of a hammock guy. Let's see here. Bedding, emergency space blankets, sleeping bag, etc. Or even you could even reconsider the bivy sack as shelter and bedding, which is what I currently do for my ground kit. Oh yeah. Oh, yawn number 2. Time to drink. Okay, the next thing we need to think about is ground protection. Okay, ground protection is a sleeping pad or possibly an inflatable mat. And as far as utility goes, you're going to definitely need some bank line. I try never to use 550 cord because 550 cord holds water. I mean, while it has many different uses, I think bank line is always the better for setting up shelters, for doing any type of survival ish stuff when you're in the boonies and you need to tie something down. Bank line is I think is the better of the two tools. And then obviously the magical. I really don't care how I set my bug out bag up, or even when I go camping or whatever. I always have a poncho and a poncho liner because they are just unbelievable tools to keep you dry and warm. I love my Whoopee. I always have. I always will. Let's see here. And then also for weather adaptation, make sure that you consider the local climate and terrain. For instance, if it's currently the middle of winter, then you're probably going to need some kind of serious sleeping bag. It's probably going to be a moral imperative. So just use that as common sense. Let's see here. Where are we at? Whoa, we just got some big stuff in the chat. We got some big stuff in the chat here. I'm going to go ahead and check the poll so far. It looks like right now the poll has changed slightly. We have 17 votes in the poll, and we have 12% say that they believe that their bug out bag is 100%. I love it. 76% say no, and 12% have said that I don't have one and do need one. Guys, if you don't have a bug out bag, you should definitely have one, because whether you call it a bug out bag, a 72-hour bag, a get home bag, doesn't matter what you call it. It has the basic essentials to survive in a situation where everything is gone for up to 72 hours. There's no reason not to have one. Even if your plan is to never bug out, I'm going to die in my house, I don't care, it's where all my stuff is. Even if that's your plan, when you don't have a house, now you need your bug out bag. So get one, make one, do something. I'm also going to check. I need to close this out. How do I there we go. There we go. I'm a little concerned. I don't understand why. I don't understand why there are only 5 thumbs up on the YouTube side, guys. You're breaking my tiny little black heart. Come on now. Don't be slackers. You guys know what you're supposed to be doing. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? No commercial. Trash bag stuffed with leaves. That's a great idea, West Virginia Pappy. That's a great idea to get you off the ground. Rose says, wow, let's see here. Can no longer get on ground, actually have difficulty getting up from the ground. Use a cot when camping. Have not tried hammock. Since I was a child, my family never had one. I've got you. Desert doesn't have trees for a hammock. Exactly. It's situational, guys. It's situational. Bradley says 11 on my page. That's kind of weird. Okay. I'm going to have to believe you, bro. I'm going to chalk this up to a YouTube ism. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Poppy or grasses. I got you. What do we got here? I have permanent posts for my hammock out by the pond. I love it. I love it, man. Let's see here. Creative Redundancy says it gives you more options when your ships are down. True. You can always find the grunt by how they feel about their whoopee. I love my whoopee. I love my whoopee, and I love my modern day beanie cap. I never liked the black beanie cap, the watch cap, but I love that new fabric beanie cap the Marines have. Let's see here. Desert has cactus. Good. Up to 16 now that you said something. There you go. I love it, man. I love it. And I'll tell you what, Rumble's starting to catch up, guys. Rumble is the current score is 18-16, 18-17, and YouTube is still in the lead by 1. They're up by 1. Okay, so it's that time, as usual, guys. It's that time in the show. It's that time in the show where I have to promote something for Prep Stock because they are our sponsors. You know what? I haven't done parcel safety in a while. And I'm going to do parcel safety now because the very first thing that we talked about were respirators, guys. I am huge with parcel safety. It's like you have some El Cheapos down at the bottom that are probably going to be okay. And then you have these like Mira safety up here at the top. And the parcel safety is not in the middle, but like right behind Mira. And the reason is because cost, guys, the amount of money that it costs to buy a quality field protective mask is unbelievable. But with parcel safety, they found a way to actually do it. These guys are the biggest producers of field protective masks in the industry. The P100 is the one that I've selected to be my go-to 100% mask. I actually have several of them around the house. I wouldn't say around them. They're strategically placed. I do not have one inside of my bug out bag because it's too big. But I used to have one in there, and now I have more. Now I have a little bit more room. I found something that's a little bit more expensive, but anywho, the field protective mask from Parcel Safety is pretty good, and they have some pretty awesome sales that go on all the time that allow you to double code. That means that you can actually use my code, LocalPrepper, and save 20% on top of whatever their savings codes are. So, guys, do me a favor, go to parcelsafety.com and do that. Also, Parcel Safety is one of the sponsors for Prep Stock, and they're giving away, it's either 2 or 3 P100 masks. Not a joke. They're in a box 10 feet from me right now. So make sure you guys go there, do that. Check out their website. If you decide to spend your money over there, don't forget Local Prepper. Don't forget code Local Prepper. All right, so we're going to change this template over here. Someone had a question. Well, let me check right over here. Bradley. Simple do thumbs up when enter talk. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Bradley says, question for parcel products. What is a shelf life of a mask? Wouldn't the rubber bands wear break down over time, even on the shelf? In theory, I'm going to say yes, but a firm no. And here's why. Most of the products that they make now that are in this industry have everything to do with longevity and durability. So when I say yes, will a baby diaper eventually degrade inside of a dump site? Yes, it will. That's what it's designed to do. But how long will that take? 25, 35, 45, 50 years? Yes, it will eventually break down, but if you get my point. I have not had any problems with any of the Parcel Safety headbands. And there's a good chunk of the headbands that are actually made out of a very flexible rubber. So you don't, I understand what you're saying. It's like, so there's some bands that have this elastic that is sewed into them. There's not a lot of that on the Parcel Safety masks. They've kind of gone away from that. And the military had that type of headband forever, and they've actually moved away from it to where there's more rubber than there is the elastic band. But as far as it sitting on your shelf and decaying, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. And I hope that answered your question. All right, let's see here. Uh-oh, it happened, guys. The current score is 22-18 in favor of Rumble. Rumble has taken the lead. So make sure you guys hit those thumbs up buttons, thumbs ups and likes and smiles and all that other stuff because, yeah, that draws people in. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and click this right here. Okay, there we go. Fire starting. If you like start fires and you're not a pyro, put one in the chat because it wakes up the algorithm. That's what we really need to do. The chat rate is actually kind of low right now because I was doing some shameless self-promotion for a company that is supporting prep stock. So we got to wake that sucker up right now. Do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat, and that will wake up the algorithm. Everybody, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Everybody get carpal tunnel for LP now. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. All right, and while you're doing that, while you're burning up your phone or whatever it is, I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to go into fire starting. Also, if you guys could put in how you think of your primary fire starting, put that in the chat as well. So primary tools should be waterproof matches or lighter. I mean, listen, we can start fires all day long with ferro rads, but it's an emergency. It's not a camping trip. Buy yourself some big lighters. 1 is none, 2 is 1. It's that easy. Backup tools, ferro rods, magnesium fire starters. Have you guys noticed that you'd like finding a magnesium fire starter is almost impossible? They don't even sell them in Walmart anymore. I'm not joking. I really do need to check the website and see if I can like order some. But I love magnesium fire starters. They're freaking awesome, man. Scrape, 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 spark, and it goes. It's hot, hot, hot. Let's see here. Tinder. I personally use Pro Camp Tech fire starters. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. I had something planned. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let me, where are we at here? Yes. I personally prefer Pro Camp fire starters, but you can use cotton balls with petroleum jelly, you know, or even Esbit cubes. I prefer the Pro. Okay. It was a joke, but in all seriousness, they are sponsored for Prep Stock, but also I love this product. This product has actually replaced my cotton balls with petroleum jelly inside of aluminum foil, my fireballs. Guys, if you use code PrepStock, you get 15% off of the best fire starting stuff on the planet. Not a joke, completely 100% endorsed. I don't make a penny by telling you this, guys. I have replaced my fireballs with the Pro Camp Tech fire stick. You literally just freaking like slice a piece of it off and then hit it with a spark, and it burns and it burns and it burns and it burns. It is the shiznick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump off of that real quick, and we're going to jump onto that one right there. Cha-cha. All right, and then obviously you need to think about storage. You know, keep fire starting material in a waterproof container. I keep all of my fire starting material inside of a plastic bag. I love me a Ziploc bag. You know, you got to buy them gallon freezer bags, guys. Always buy the freezer bags. Does anybody know why you always want the freezer bag? We're talking about survival. We could be talking about hiking, backpacking, doesn't matter. Why do we always want the freezer bag? Put it in the chat. We'll see if you guys get it right. And obviously usage, you need to practice using the tools before an emergency. Now, obviously, we're not going to practice using big lighters. So what we're actually talking about is practice using ferro rods, practice using flint and steel, if that's what you're doing. Whatever requires a skill, you should be practicing. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to the comments and see if anybody got it. Bigger freezer bags, heavier quality, thicker material, double seal. You guys are so far off the real reason why. We got here. Someone, hold on. Hey, Big Prepper's in the house. Good to see you, bro. Let's see here. Jordan says butane torch. I love it. But Big Prepper says, I do multiple bug out bags and dedicate a Jeep Grand Cherokee as a mobile camp. I don't believe in limiting myself to a single bag when I have a whole vehicle. Absolutely. My bug out bag actually stays in my vehicle all the time. But whenever I go anywhere, I actually do have in that vehicle. And even when I take a trip, it really, the girlfriend doesn't understand, but she does understand. I actually have like another gym bag full of different things that should be in your car, which I probably need to do video on. But I grabbed that. I've got my Craftsman tools. I've got my extra large lug nut wrench, because the ones I put in your cars are crap. And I'm giving away too much of the video stuff, but absolutely, Big Prepper, it's a great idea. Use the vehicle. Use the vehicle. All right, what do we got here? Let's see here. Let's see here. I also tossed Bic lighters for windproof lighters. That's something to think about. Bradley says thicker and double sealer. Let's see. Practice with a dead lighter. That's a good skill to have, practicing with a dead lighter, if you guys didn't know that. Also toss the Bic lighters for wind. Okay. They can do. Okay. So guys, no, the answer is not that freezer bags are, sorry, I had a Joe moment there. Freezer bag. It's not that they're thicker. It's not that they're more durable. Those are all appropriate and completely correct answers, but they're not the right answer for this question. The reason why you always get, or you always use freezer bags, is because freezer bags are designed, they're heat tempered, or should I say they're temperature tempered. You can pour boiling water into a freezer bag. You cannot pour boiling water into a standard storage bag. Now, if I'm making some oatmeal for the morning, and I've got my little package of instant oatmeal, and it comes in that package, it's definitely not going to be holding water, and I don't have any other containers. I can literally just pour it in there, and then pour the hot water right into it. There you go. Now you know that. It's also great for rehydrating things. All right. My going rate is $60 an hour. And since I charge by the hour and not by the minute, you all owe me $60. But seriously. Anyway. All right. Let's see here. If you understood what I was just saying and think it as valuable knowledge, type the number 5 in the chat. Let's see. I've never tested freeze bag heat-wise. Cool. There you go. Let's see here. So I think we've covered fire starting. Now we need to come to my personal favorite. Basic, or should I say first aid. Oh my, I'm really needing the coffee today. Hey, Chuck showed up. Good to see you, guy. All right, so let's check the score here. Currently, oh wow, Rumble's kicking ass, 26-27 to 20. So Rumble's in the house, guys. Rumble is in the lead. All right, so first aid, guys. The basic kit, adhesive bandages, antiseptic wipes, God pads, but above all else, and I've done this myself, my personal life experience, I'm telling you right now, you start building a kit and you never, ever, ever forget the Band-Aids. I've done it before. I've got a personal story. Yeah, never forget the Band-Aids. Also, you also don't want to forget the medications, pain relievers, etc. And I've got an actual list here that I've taken out of my personal bug out bag list, and I'm going to read it off for you. So first and foremost, this is what's in my bag. Personal medications. And matter of fact, if you think there's something that is in your bug out bag that's on the first aid side that most wouldn't have, put it in the chat. No wrong answers. So for me, first thing is personal medications. I don't have any. I like to make sure that I have allergy medications, but that's situationally dependent. Wound gauze, that kind of gauze that's, basically it's a 3 or 4 inch roll of gauze, 6 to 12 feet long, and you can stuff it into things that are bleeding. Surgical tape, gotta have it. Gotta have it. Band-Aids, moleskin / moleskin pads. I'm not a super big advocate of moleskin, and I have switched that out for something else. There's a certain type of tape that you can put over your skin that most people use it in athletics to strengthen their joints. It's really weird Guys, put that in the chat if you know what kind of tape that is. I want to say it's like TL tape or something like that. Put it in the chat. You guys know what I'm talking about because I need to update this list as well. This full list is actually available to my Patreons. And definitely need to get yourself some Neosporin, but remember that Neosporin is only good for around 6 months. Once it turns brown, most of the antibiotic or what's the word I'm looking for here? Capabilities, that's not the right word, but it'll work, of Neosporin are they're starting to go away. So you need to every 6 months replace that little thing in Neosporin. OTC, over-the-counter pain medication. You need to have yourself a little bit of quick clot powder, maybe some super glue, some alcohol wipes for cleaning things up, and insect repellent. Yes, that's right. Most people don't put that in their first aid kits, but they should. Don't forget your neutral gloves, not vinyl gloves. Vinyl gloves suck. And if you've ever had to use vinyl gloves with blood, you'll find out it's now the most slipperiest substance on the planet, and you don't want that. Neutral gloves. Nitrile, however you say that. Anti-diarrhea tablets, must have. Weigh nothing, must have. And then obviously you need to have a miniature trauma kit, a tourniquet, bleed stop, etc., Israeli bandage, whatever it may be. And if you can afford it, you should probably have an EpiPen. Guys, also do not fall for the EpiPens are only good for 6 months to a year. They have a window on them, and as long as the fluid is clear, not foggy or cloudy, then the EpiPen is still good. So on the tool side, you guys need to have tweezers, scissors, and some safety pins. And then don't forget the guide, man. You know, a little first aid manual. We talk about this all the time digitally, but the reality is that having a little first aid manual is not going to hurt anything. Even if you're the master of first aid, what if somebody has to help you that doesn't know first aid? Yeah, it's going to be useful for them, not just you. Useful for them, beneficial for you. I'm going to go ahead and check the chat here and see if you guys answered any of those magical questions. Lugulose iodine. Yes, I used to carry iodine myself. Let's see here. Kinetic tape. No, it's something else. There's another name for it, but it's very similar. KT tape. Yes. But you're probably right. It's probably kinetic tape, KT tape. You know, you put that on over the top of a blister, or you pop the blister. People say don't pop the blisters. That's pull. If you're going to use KT tape, pop the blister and then put that tape over the top of that blister. It'll be like it never happened. Now, the drawback is that getting that tape off of your body requires, you know, a full course meal, a good workout, and 3 meal teams to get that stuff off your body. I'm sure there's a magic way to do it, but I don't know what it is. Where we got here? I always pack up alcohol, peroxide, witch hazel, betadine, and aspirin. That's a pretty huge kit right there. That sounds like something I would keep in the car, but I would want to. Liquid Skin is good stuff. But Liquid Skin is basically just super glue. All right, see here. Rotation is important. Let's see here. I leave a pair on the outside for quicker access. I'm not sure what that. A pair of what? Flip-flops? And then West Virginia Pappy says a suture kit. Yeah, that's nice, but what you guys have to remember too is that, you know, there's going to be, you know, we're going to talk about it. When we talk about bags, you guys are going to remind me of something, okay? So when we get to the bag section, you need to tell me bag. You need to say, what's your story about the bag, okay? All right, so, and we are running out of time. Wow, we're really kind of dragging on here. That's okay. Leave a pair on the outside, well supplied with instrumentation. EpiPens are cheaper on Jace than with my insurance. Wow, I did not know that. Viking Queen says that EpiPens are cheaper on Jace than with her insurance. Guys, Jace Medical, shameless plug. Go get your EpiPens. Let's see here. I got a tourniquet carrier and fixed it to my main battle rifle sling and it works great. Yes, I've seen a lot of people do that. Creative Redundancy says gloves. Yes, gloves. Perfect. All right, what do we got here? Personal hygiene and sanitation. I don't see anything else on the and Laser, thank you for that comment. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Personal hygiene and sanitation, cleaning, wet wipes, hand sanitizer, biodegradable soap, toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, and comb. Sanitation, portable toilet bags, trowel for digging cat holes. Protection, menstrual supplies. Yes, guys, girls need this stuff. Insect repellent, odor control, pack odor-proof bags for waste. You can normally get away with a contractor bag on that one. Wound staples or sutures, Ian says. Yeah, but you guys, okay, so once again, remind when we get to bags, we got to talk. All right, number 9. I have what I call my core survival tools. All right. So my core survival tools are a fixed blade knife. You guys know I love my Walmart knife, but I'm in the process of looking at a different knife. A multi-tool. It's funny, when I go hiking, I don't carry a multi-tool, but in my backpacking, but in my bug out bag, I have one. And well, that's because when you're doing one, you're not trying to survive. A survival hatchet. My survival hatchet is made by Gerber, and it has a saw on it. It's a multi-tool. It is a survival hatchet. It's not the greatest hatchet in the world, but and I've had to modify the hell out of it too, which I made a video about. But anyway, there's that, and obviously the magical Silcock key. If you don't have a Silcock key, go to Amazon and buy one. They are cheap and they work every single time. Silcock keys are used to get into someone else's faucet, that outside spigot that didn't want you to get into it. Man, I cannot believe that we're so running out of time. Navigation, primary tools, compass, detailed maps, backup tools, GPS device with extra batteries. Where are we at here? Yeah, man, you know what, guys? I'm not going to make this. I'm going to have to make this a two-part video, because there's no way that I can get through all of this stuff. Yeah. So we're going to have to come back and do the rest of this tomorrow. I think that's what's going to be, because I only have an hour every morning to do this before I have to go to work. Currently, YouTube is in the lead, 19-18. And to close out the poll, 10% of people believe that their bug out bag is 100%. 75 people say that it is not. And 15% say that they don't have one and need one. So we're just going to go ahead and end that poll. No, we're not going to end it yet. We're not going to end it just yet. Okay, so as usual, guys, let's see. Yeah, man. I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad because I really wanted to cover all of this in one day, but there's just too much to making sure that you have enough in your bug out bag. All right, let's see here. Andy says, I know my bag needs a few things. There you go. But I've got a comprehensive list of things that you can think about, and we will be covering that tomorrow. All right, guys, that's going to be it right now. If you have not hit that thumbs up button, do me a favor, get that on the way out. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, because I'm here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. for at least 1 hour. Let's see. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description. Don't forget about PrepStock, prepstock.net. Hopefully we'll see you there so I can give you lots of stuff. I don't know. I'm out of things to say because I didn't expect this to happen. So I'm a little taken aback. I think that's going to be it. And stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye. Off to work I go. Hey, not really.